Hey everybody, it's Rebecca at Yarn and Pajamas. I just wanted to hop on here real fast. I'm going to work on a little corner to corner rainbow blanket while we're working or while I'm talking. Here was the last time that you guys seen it, was at this little thing. I've done a little bit here and there, not a whole lot. But I just want to talk about where I've been and what's been going on. I didn't really realize that I was gone from YouTube for so long until my mom pointed it out the other day. And then I was like, well, I'm going to get on there and make a video and just let them know what's going on. And then I just got busy again and forgot about it. And then she reminded me again today. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So as you can tell, I'm not in my normal filming location because we are moving. So that has really took up almost all of my time these past couple months. I think that we found out we were going to move in, was it April? The beginning of April?
No, there was only like 4 days left in April.
Okay, so it was in April. Well, no, because Marguerite came up in April to help us pack.
That was at the end of April.
Was it? Okay. So it was towards the end of April that we found out we were going to move. Now, we had been trying to move for about 2 years now. We wanted to downsize. We lived in a 3-bedroom house, which was nice when my niece lived with us because we all had our own rooms. But after she left, the 3rd bedroom was really just a bedroom for like company and a junk room, basically, is what it turned into. And there's like a lot of property. So there's like a big yard. There's a lot of stuff to do, like outside wise, and that pretty much takes up our whole weekends when the summertime is going on, is just trying to maintain that property. So we decided it would be best if we could downsize and go to an apartment. So we have been on the waiting list, or my mom has been on the waiting list for about 2 years now, waiting to get into the apartments that my aunt lives in. And at the end of April, they gave us a call and said that we had an apartment. So we started packing up. My sister came up and tremendously helped us pack up the kitchen, which I knew was going to be the worst room to pack up. So she came up and stayed for a weekend and helped us. We packed up the whole kitchen. We just left out things for us to use in the meantime, like while we were, still living there. And then at the end, it was the beginning of May, right? When we got the keys to the new apartment. And we were able to move all of the stuff from the kitchen, like all the boxes and the totes and stuff. We were able to start actually moving things that we had packed up over to the new apartment. Now, we did stay in the new apartment on Mother's Day weekend. We came over and we were gonna have just like a sleepover for the weekend. And let me tell you, we never left. We never went back. We just go back to Kimmell and pack up stuff and bring it over. But we've been staying here in the apartment ever since. It's really nice. So we've been here. So that is what the majority of my time has been going to. So now previously, like during all of this and just a little bit before we knew that we were moving, my little old man baby, my baby Beetles, he took a turn for the worse, like health-wise. He started having more seizures, and he had had some seizures, I think, back last year or like 6 or 7 months ago. It had been a while. And I took him to the vet, and she told me to watch for him, and like when he started having more seizures, to like log like how many he was having and how far apart, because he may need to have some medicine. So he did take another turn for the worse, and he started having seizures, and he would have them like right back to back. It would be like, within a couple of like one day he'd have one, and the next day he'd have one, and then he'd have one like later that night. But it was like getting real hard for him to come out of like the after seizure. Like he would stay longer and longer in that phase. I don't really know what to call it. Where he like was very, very tired, and like the Beatles, he liked cuddles, but on his terms. So like you couldn't just pick him up and like cuddle him. Oh no, he wouldn't have that. He would squirm. He would try to get away. Like if he wanted to be held, that's fine, but you couldn't like cuddle him up or anything like that. And like he would let me cuddle him just like for hours at a time. Like, so I knew that he was feeling pretty bad for letting us like cuddle him like that. And he'd let my mom cuddle him that way too. And he very seldom even let her cuddle on him. Ain't that right?
Only if he wanted something.
Right. Only like on his terms, and that was it. Like he was not a cuddle bug unless it was nighttime and he was going to bed, and then he was the cuddle bug. Like he wanted to cuddle up because he wanted to go to bed. So I decided that his quality of life was just going down. Like he really, his quality of life had been going down for quite some time. We suspect that he had dementia. The vet also suspected it. He was blind. He would like ping pong off of stuff, even though we never moved anything in the house. Like it all stayed the same because, he couldn't see, but he was Beatles, and he just was, like 5 sheets to the wind most of the time. It was just ping ponging off of stuff. So I made the decision to put him down, which was a hard decision to make because, me and the Beatles, we've been together for like 15 years. I had him ever since he was a tiny little baby. He could fit in the palm of my hand. My youngest sister, gave him to me. She had 2 Yorkies, and they had, would sometimes, get together and have babies. And that was the last litter that they had together, and Beatles was the runt of the litter. And she gave me him, and we've been together ever since he was a teeny tiny little old thing. When I moved up here to Indiana, which was a major life thing for me, like a major change in my life. Like I'd never been away from home like that. I had never drove on the interstate before. I mean, and he was there through it all. Like he drove up with me, and it was weird for him as it was for me, I'm sure, because the only experience he'd ever had riding in a car was going to the vet or something. So he didn't like being in the car that much at that time, which he turned out he was a go-go dog and loved to get in the car. But so on the day after my birthday, on May the 7th, we took him down to the vet, and we said our goodbyes. He crossed the Rainbow Bridge. We were waiting for him to come back home. So I bought him an urn, and it's sitting with Kiki's urn, and just waiting for him to come back. So that was a little hard for me. I won't say that I was in a depression, but I couldn't sleep for the longest time. I would have trouble falling asleep. And it was because I think my routine was different, because I didn't have, Beatles to contend with at night like I normally did. So that was different. So that played into some of the, I wasn't feeling like doing the, crochet. I wasn't making anything. And then, we started hot and heavy into the moving process. I've not even been hanging out with people on YouTube. I've not been watching any YouTube videos. I've just been I come home from work, I stop by Kimmel, I pack up the car, I come here to Ligonier and unload, and then do some, like, put away some stuff, like eat, take a shower, and it's bedtime, and it's like rinse and repeat. I do the same thing the next day. I forgot to tell you guys, I only moved like 10 minutes like up the road, like, so I'm not like far away from where I was before. We're more in the city, if you want to call it that, area. So we're more in town than on the outskirts of town like we were before. It's pretty nice. I really like it. It's a senior citizens community, which is really nice. It's very quiet. I know I have some people have checked on me, so I've like told them what was going on. And I know Litza said that she would miss me saying train, but you can actually still hear a train here. It's not as loud as it was at Kimmell because like literally we lived on the tracks, but like you can still kind of hear it. And some trains are louder than others, but like that. Hopefully the train will still make an appearance sometimes in the videos. Especially I notice them more later in the evening, so maybe I'll try to be outside a little bit this summer so we can have that nostalgia of listening to the train go by. I can tell you one thing, I've not missed the house is shaking like a earthquake is coming through, because some of those trains, I mean, like would like rattle the stuff on the walls and stuff. Like it would be like a violent like shaking. I don't know how that house is still standing, to be honest. It must have been built on that foundation really good, or it's like moved over the years or something, because that house shakes at some of those trains. Okay guys, I didn't get very much finished because actually I have forgotten how to do the increase on the corner to corner. It's been so long. I'm gonna have to go hang out with Terry and let her show me how to do this again. So yeah, that's how I learned how to do the corner to corner, was from Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast. She has a great tutorial. So if you've never done the corner to corner and you would like to try, I will definitely link that down here because I got to go find it anyways. It's in my favorites, but I'll link it because I got to figure out how to increase again. It's been so long. So I got about like this much done while we were talking, but I can tell you guys, before all of this happened, I had researched a murder, and it was a doozy too, and all of my notes are somewhere, and I think they're still at Kimmell, so I'm going to try to hunt those out and maybe do a murder video. And I am going to try to be more intentional on doing a little bit of crochet because the fair is coming up, and obviously I don't have very much to put into the fair because I've not really crocheted a whole lot, but I think I can bust out a few small items to do for the fair this year. And also I forgot to tell you guys, I made some dandelion jelly this year. I saw it on I think an Instagram reel, and I was like, I want to try that. So I've made 2 batches of jelly. The first batch, and it's so good. It's so good. It's diabetes in a jar though, but it is so good. So the first batch that I made was like I didn't can it. So like it just, like once you made it, you have to keep it in the refrigerator. But I went and I figured out how to, I Googled it and figured out how to like can jelly so that it would be shelf stable for like later use. So I did go and find some more dandelions. It took me a minute to get like up enough dandelions that second batch, but I got enough dandelions and I made a second batch, and I actually canned it to where it will be shelf stable. So I am going to take one of those cans and enter it into the fair. Like, I'm not thinking that it's going to win anything because it is my first time ever canning anything, and it's dandelion jelly. I don't know, and I've not tasted this batch, but one of the ladies who lives here, I did give her some because she was talking to me as I was picking dandelions, and I gave her some, and she said it was really good. So I have hopes that this is a good batch of it. So yeah, I also made a sourdough starter from scratch. I made my own starter, and last weekend I made my first ever loaf of sourdough bread. So the starter, it took me about 2 weeks to get it to where I thought it would be strong enough to make a rise a loaf of bread. and we ate like one whole loaf of bread in one day. It was really good if you like sourdough. If anybody's interested, I can tell you guys how I done my starter. It was pretty easy, but the easiest way is to get a starter from someone. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. So I talked longer than I thought I would. I didn't think I'd have a whole lot to say. Here, just letting you guys know what I was up to, but I'm going to try to be a little bit more intentional. I would like to get, look, I only have like this much left of this. I would like to get this, this little thing done, and this little holder here. I bought this a long time ago. Ella at No Catchy Name, someone had sent her one as a gift, and she shared who it was, and the name was just like right in my head, because I was like, I just done a collaboration with her in February for the Leapfrog Mail. Oh shoot. Hold on just a second and let me look it up, because it was like right in my brain. I was like, oh, I need to mention that I don't know if she still makes these or not, but that's where I got it from. So hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know how, I think my memory is shot sometimes, but I swear it was right on the tip. And then I was like questioning myself when I did remember it. But it's Haley at Mulberry Lane Crafts. I bought this off of her Etsy page like a long time ago, and it's like a holder, like a sleeve to go over and keep your things in. I don't know if she still makes these, but it's so cute. It's got a fox on it. I've had this for a couple of years, and I use it all of the time. I love it. I would actually like to have a few more, because those come in so handy. Okay, guys, I am going to let you guys go, because I've held you hostage for quite some time now. And like I said, I'm going to be more intentional. I'm going to come on and do a few more videos and start making sure that I crochet a little bit every day, just, you know, to get my crojo back going, get those juices flowing, and maybe show you guys some other things. Maybe like show you what a disaster my room is right now, with all of my yarn stacked up and piled up everywhere. So yeah, I will hang out with you guys more in the future. I will talk to you guys later, and have a wonderful day. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who reached out and checked on me. That was so sweet. And like I said, I didn't realize I'd been gone for so long until someone brought it to my attention. And I look so old right now. My mom says it's because I've not had a lot of sleep, but I think I'm going to have to let my sister do some of her Botox magic to my face. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.